Hello. Since the cat's out of the bag regarding my latest shop upgrade, I figured I'd take a minute to release this short video showing how I single-handedly raised and mounted the jointer bed for my new Grizzly 8-inch jointer. So here I'm unbolting the bed from the crate, and I've taken two cargo straps that are ratcheting straps. Now each of these straps are rated at about 10,000 pounds each, so they're plenty strong to raise the roughly 400-pound bed off of the floor. And I've got the straps draped over the trusses directly above the jointer. Now I had three straps and I had to use the third one alternating from left to right because each strap would only raise so high before I had to release the strap and then readjust the reel so that I could continue raising. As you can see here in real time, I could ratchet both sides at the same time, but really it was a little bit tricky, and so what I would do is just raise one side a few clicks and then move over to the other side, raising it a few clicks. Eventually the straps would get completely full inside the ratchet, and I would have to take that third strap and alternate from left to right, relieving tension from one side and removing the strap from the spool, and then continuing the process. Now it only took about 30 minutes from start to finish, and so the thing I had to keep in mind was ensure the ratchet portion was on the front on one side of the jointer and on the back so that it wouldn't tilt. Here I'm using the ratchet feature to my advantage to slowly lower the bed down onto the base so that I can release the strap. And once I'd done it on one side, I then removed the strap from the truss and moved over to the other side. All in all, I'd say that this was a fairly safe procedure, and it went a lot smoother than I anticipated.
Phew! Okay, well, that was just a little bit unnerving. So, all afternoon I've been really disappointed that I've not been able to come out here and get my jointer set up because, well, I only have one neighbor really close and that I know, and he's been gone all day, so I haven't had anyone to help me besides my wife and my mom, and I really didn't want to put them in that situation with this jointer because it is so heavy. And so I ran to the big box store to get some more supplies to complete my dust collection over to the jointer when it dawned on me that I have the one thing that I need, and that's something that my father taught me many, many years ago. My dad taught me a lot of things, and one of those things that he constantly emphasized was if you've got leverage, you've got everything you need to move something really heavy. And I remembered that I had several of these cargo straps. Now these cargo straps are the 2-inch style. They're canvas. They've got the ratcheting strap, and I think they're rated for about 8 or 10,000 pounds, which is far greater than I needed here. And I have engineered trusses in my attic, and I know that I've hung lumber over in part of my roof, and I've hung from individual members of these trusses, and the placement of the jointer is kind of ideal because it's close to the end of the rafter, which is of the truss, which is close to the load-bearing plate above the garage door. So I thought, the manual says lift this thing with straps at this point and at this point and use a forklift to lift it. Well, most homeowners don't have a forklift, let alone a way to do that. But fortunately for me, it was placed perfectly under two rafters where I could get those cargo straps at those lift points that are recommended in the manual. So I thought if I alternate one on either side, I could slowly lift it up. What I didn't foresee was those ratchet straps will only ratchet so far before they roll up enough strap that you've got to, well, basically you can't ratchet them anymore. So fortunately I had a third one, and I was able to relieve some of the pressure off one end, remove the strap or loosen it, and alternate back and forth and slowly get it up to the height that I needed. Once I got it up high enough, I thought, oh great, now I'm too high, and once I set it on this cabinet, it's going to slam down on the cabinet. But then it dawned on me again that the ratchet straps will allow you to slowly release when you pull one of the levers and use the ratchet handle to slowly lower it. And so I set it down very gently on the cabinet. It's not bolted on. I've got to take off the back panel and bolt on the thing, but I did it. And when my neighbor gets home, I'm going to tell him that, well, I've been working out and I just kind of lifted it up there by myself, and I'm sure he won't believe that. But I'm super excited. It really wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. It was a little bit unnerving. I made sure to keep my feet and hands clear of it in the event that it dropped or slipped, but thankfully it didn't. So now I'm going to get it bolted down. We'll see how that goes.